few things that I would like to say. My feelings were so hurt. Have you ever tried to date women? Did you move the living room layout back? Neighbor update? Oh my God, you're not a girl's girl anymore. How are you feeling months out from the breakup? Are you on the dating apps? That's just an excuse to give her to make me out to be the bad guy. Is that not normal?
No, I'm so excited about this. Wow.
Hey, it's Selena. I wanted to share something special we've been working on.
This delivery was crazy. I got it last week. There was a man at my door and inside was some perfume from Rare Beauty. And they let me keep the phone. So I want to put it somewhere. Like, it's kind of cute. I feel like in the office, a vibe. So we're gonna move that in there. But hi guys. Welcome to today's vlog. We're gonna have a chatty day, a chatty vlog. We're gonna answer questions, we're gonna yap, we're gonna clean, do Sunday things. We got the sheets in the laundry. I got more laundry to do. I got some cleaning to do. Like, let me show you over here. Yeah, last week when I went to the gifting suite before Olivia Dean, we got a lot of stuff. I did do a full haul on TikTok and I'm giving all of this to a subscriber. So I'm gonna pack that up this week. I've just kind of kept it separate from the other goodies here. So I gotta find a home for these. I got some serious cleaning to do and I figured we would just yap and chat and talk about life as I do my regular Sunday. Figured we could start with apartment questions. The first one being, do you plan on staying in your current apartment or moving to a different one? It is kind of crazy to think that like the end of my, I think there's another crane that's just popped up. There's a double crane out there right now. Sorry. It's crazy to think that my lease is up in December, which is only 4 months away. Like, how did that happen? Okay, first of all, mind the mess. I was doing like a big organization in this room because the closet was full of stuff. I didn't show you guys that when I went through everything in here, but what is this? Anyways, to answer that question, I don't plan on moving. Like, unless this place raises my rent a crazy amount. I really like it here. My apartment is not perfect by any means. The layout is kind of tough. My furniture is a little big. What the hell? I don't even know where this came from. Like, not a clue. It looks like a tent. Oh, I know what this is. It's for my egg chair to cover it up. But instead I just keep the pillow inside. Also, my egg chair's out there. Sorry, my ADHD is so bad today. That's something that I actually want to talk about later, but okay. Yeah, unless they raise my rent, I'm just gonna stay. Like, I really like this space. It has everything that I need. I like that it's not too big. Like, it's just perfect for this time in my life. I can't hoard as aggressively as I did in the house, which is good. It's just perfect. I love the location. I wouldn't want to move to another neighborhood. I love my little space. Feels like home to me. It's very cozy. So yeah, I plan on staying here. A lot of questions asking if I would buy something like this downtown. Would you consider buying property in downtown Toronto since other houses are sold? Honestly, no. Like, after having that done with, which it's not entirely done with, my townhouse only closes in October. So it's still mine. I still have stuff there. And honestly, like, any email that comes in about it, I just feel so done with. Like, the concept of getting to live somewhere where I don't have to deal with anything. Like, I pay my rent and everything else is taken care of for me. If something goes wrong, like, I can just send a message. I don't have to be in charge of that stuff. And it's just like a nice mental relief that I have no interest in owning again unless I was with a partner and like we wanted to own together. And even then I would be like, renting's nice. I just don't think that owning something is the end all be all that it used to be. I just don't think it's the same anymore, honestly. And maybe that's because I've experienced it and now I have the perspective, but man, I really like just the freedom of renting. You know, if I wanted to try a different neighborhood or if I wanted a different building or a different vibe, I could just decide that. I also don't think I would want to buy a condo just because the condo market's not great. Unless you want to be in a condo forever. And I don't know if I do. I don't know. I like renting because I like not having to choose the next 5 years of my life at the moment. Okay, what can I take care of while I'm in here? These things out. This trash. Okay. Did you move the living room layout back to the OG? I low-key like it with split couches. Well, I also kind of like it with the split couches, which is shocking to me, okay? When I originally was gonna do this, I thought this one was like a last just for fun before I go back to the OG. Like, I just did not think it was gonna work even at all. But it has grown on me. There's something really comfortable and cozy about it, and it feels like a full living room. And I figured out the TV solution, because obviously TV time is very important. When I'm watching TV, I just like swiveled it to face me on the couch, and it is a perfect viewing experience. Like it's kind of close, but not too close where it's, you know, hard to look at. It's close in a way that I feel like I'm at a movie theater. It is so cozy. Like I get to keep my art on the wall. Obviously I can get a different coffee table, which would be awesome, like a real coffee table. If I were to have like a bunch of people over for book club, which I think I'm hosting next month, everyone can like look at each other. It's so comfortable, honestly. It fits the space well, where there's not like a ton of empty space. It just feels really cozy. And that's like all I care about with a living room. I just want to feel cozy. Like that's the whole point to me. So I'm gonna live with this for a while. I think I might even bring my coffee table from the house here and use that, and then put this bench behind the couch. Like it kind of works. Unexpectedly. Also unexpected, if you follow me on TikTok, a few people had commented suggesting this layout, and I responded to one for my TikTok video, and I did not realize when I responded to that comment, and you can go look, like it's there. The comment I responded to was Tracy Beer, and I just didn't look at the username, nor would I have really acknowledged that. I don't know, it just didn't register in my brain, but that's Madison Beer's mom. I went to her profile, and sure enough, that is her mother. And I was like, what do you mean? Like that's so crazy. I actually did see Madison Beer one time when I lived in LA, when it was like 2014. And I remember going to this one place. It might have been called Crave. This is a random side story. I don't remember who the heck I was there with, but she was there. I think she was leaving as I was getting there, but she was just like by herself, like just a girl. Anyways, that is a random story. Yeah, so moral of the story is I think I'm gonna keep this for the foreseeable future. Eventually I will have the itch to move things around again because that's just who I am, but I like this for now. Another like apartment move question. How has your life changed living downtown? I feel like for a long time, like probably since 2020, I like forgot who I was entirely. Hold on, we got some errands. I think for a lot of us, we don't even realize the effects that 2020 had on us. I mean, there's a lot of big ones, obviously, but I think there's little things. Like, I don't think that I realized. All that I know is that I feel like moving downtown, I hit like a weird reset. Even though I have a lot of the same friends, a lot has changed in who I am. There could be a million reasons as to why that is, but I think moving downtown was a big one. I am a city girl to my core, and I was still living in the city. I've always lived in a city, but I definitely am my best self when I can walk to a million different things. Obviously, you know, if I had a car, I could drive places, but it's not the same. At least to me, that's how it feels. So I just love having everything around me, like everything. Sorry, I think this was a bit of a ramble, but I just feel so passionate that if you feel a desire to move or like change something in your life, that it is worthwhile trying. I am definitely like the happiest version of myself than I've been in many, many years. I feel very full in each cup of my life. Like everything just feels exactly right now. And obviously, you know, things go up and down, things change. Things can't be perfect all the time, but I right now feel very fulfilled in all my cups. Would you ever move back to the US? If so, where? Most likely not. I would say 99% no. There would have to be like a very important reason for me to move. And if I were to move, there are two places I would dabble in, and that is California and New York. I wouldn't move back to LA. I feel like I very much did that. I'm good to keep that chapter closed. But I love Orange County. I love San Diego. I love California. Always have, always will. But if not California, I would move to New York because I love that city so much. You know, it's like the walkability factor, the fact that you have everything and a million restaurants, and a million cafes, and a million things to do all within a few blocks, or even a long walk, you know, just a walk. And I love the energy of New York. I think it's awesome. But that's pretty much it. Last thing I want to talk about, and then I need to go downstairs and grab a couple packages because I have some cleaning supplies in there and organizational things that I need, but it's kind of on the same topic. Neighbor update. Okay, I have a few things that I would like to say about this. And we're just gonna move over to this couch because we can. Update on my neighbor. I just need to first of all say that my feelings were so hurt when I last updated about the neighbor. For context, I had met a man in my hall in May. No, it was like March maybe. He was cute, we talked for 2 seconds, and then he messaged me on Hinge being like, oh, you're my neighbor, ha ha ha. And then when I got back from Italy, he invited me to meet him on the pool. So we went up there and like yapped, and he was very nice guy. But I even then was like, I really don't want anything messy. I don't want to like mess around with somebody on my floor and then have it go badly. I like what I got going on here, and I didn't really want anything to mess with that. Like there are a million guys out there. I don't need to mess with somebody on my floor, even though it seems like fun and silly, but you know, I'm a grown adult. I wasn't gonna mess around with that. But I was sharing that because I thought it was so like harmless nothing. And then I found out that he was seeing somebody, and I saw him like a month later, and he asked me why I hadn't responded to his request to have wine together. And I said, I don't do a booty call. Like, I just was very straight up. I was like, I'm not into that. I'm not really down to fuck around with somebody on my floor. And that's when he told me that he was seeing somebody, and they recently like made it more of an exclusive thing. And so I talked about that in my vlog, and I was like, I said to him, like, I'm down to be friendly, but like, I'm not interested in anything more. And he was like, okay, same page. And so I expressed that, but I guess I was like, I don't know, just like throwing it around because I just didn't think that deeply about it. And the comments I got really hurt my feelings. They were all like, oh my God, you're not a girl's girl anymore. Like, old Tara would have never entertained that. And I was never even entertaining that. I was like, why are people turning on me when I like was so clear that I was not interested in him? I told him to his face. But because he was seeing somebody, everyone was like, well, why would you even be friendly with him? Like, that's not girl's girl of you. Like, I would hate that. But like, I'm not gonna be a dick to him. I'm not gonna see him in the hall and be like, oh, well, like, don't look at me, don't say hi to me. Nothing has even transpired between us. We never went on a date. Nothing ever happened. I have no reason to be rude to him. It just honestly hurt my feelings that I shared this. And I feel like anytime I've shared anything recently around guys, people just like pick at everything. And because of that, I just don't even feel like I can talk about guys in a way where people aren't going to nitpick every single experience I have, or then tell me, you know, I'm being too picky or too this. I feel like just any woman sharing their dating life online, it just opens a door to a level of criticism in such a sensitive topic that I don't know if I could do anymore. Like, I love being silly. I love sharing silly stories with you guys, but sometimes it is very hard to share things like that because people interpret things so differently. And like, sure, I could have gone into every single detail, but I just didn't think people were gonna be like, oh my God, how dare you be friendly to him. I will always choose kindness towards everyone that I know, at least like in person. If you haven't done anything wrong to me, I will always choose kindness. So yeah, that's just like my little thing on the dating world right now. I feel like I see so many comments about how I'm too picky, I'm never gonna find somebody, I'm too difficult to be with, blah, 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 that it's like, I don't even wanna open that door anymore. I've done it, I did it, I think I'm done. Women are just subjected to so much more criticism when it comes to dating and men. And I feel like even if someone talks about dating, it's like, oh, well, she's so desperate to find somebody. Like, look at her going on dates, as if that's like not what we're supposed to do, you know? So I don't know. The dating thing, I really don't know how much I want to share on that subject these days. But, you know, if things change and I feel like talking about it, you guys will be the first to know. But yeah, that's the update. You know, I see him in the hall, we say hi, how's it going? Good, you? Good. That's it. That's the update. There's really nothing more to it. And now we're gonna go get some packages downstairs. We are back. I fear what? Oh, not cleaning supplies, but a package from Tatcha. How do you open? Oh, new matcha foam cleanser. Oh, matcha! Oh my goodness. Wait, maybe I should start my matcha at home journey again. How beautiful is this? The color? This is sick. That's fun. I'm gonna take a picture of this for Instagram, but I think we're missing something. I don't think, well, we are missing something. There's another package that I was supposed to receive that said it was delivered with these bins that I was gonna use in my bathroom because the bathroom's a bit of a mess, if we're honest. Like, in the drawer, I have one side being my makeup and then one side is a mess, and it has been a mess since the second I moved in. I also got a new mascara. Should we try it now? We'll do a little first impressions. Sky Tubes. 3-second no tug removal. I like that. I'm gonna do 2 coats and just see how it looks. It's like a little clumpy. What do we think? Okay, well then let's get back to a few questions. You're a little up there. Maybe I can do the organization later. We got some travel questions. The first, are you and the fam still planning a trip to Japan? Those vlogs would be so cool. Yes, so we were supposed to go this year in May, but then something came up with my brother and his job and we weren't able to go, but we did rebook for next year. And I'm so excited. It's gonna be such an incredible trip, just the 4 of us going, and I'm excited to bring you guys along. If you have any serious recs, if you've been to Japan, let me know. None of us eat seafood, so that aspect is a little bit going to waste on us, but we all love ramen. So if you have any recs, let us know. Now, where will your next trip be? There's like 2. This weekend I'm going to a cottage for a couple nights, which I'm really excited about. Next week, I have the potential of going to the Bahamas, which is kind of random, but I got invited on a brand trip and we're just figuring out the details, and I'm gonna decide if I want to go. Would be awesome. I just need to know more information about it. And then the last weekend of August, my family's doing a trip in Quebec, basically just like a cottage in the countryside, which would be really nice. I just have to figure out if it works in the schedule, but I'm probably going to that. And then in September, we're actually going to California. Most of the fam, if not all of the fam, will be going to California, and we're going to our favorite hotel ever, the Del Coronado. We've been quite a few times as a family, and I think it'll just be so fun and special to go back all together and make more memes there, because we got lots, and I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna spend an extra few days with my parents there, and we're gonna do, I think, Laguna Beach. It's gonna be a great trip. Now, with all of the traveling that I do, would you ever date someone you meet abroad? I don't think so, unless they happen to be the best person in the entire world, which I just don't think you can even feel meeting them once, you know? I know it's been done before. Like my cousin Carter, he went on a trip with his best girlfriend to Europe, I don't know how many years ago, and she met this French guy. And then years later, he ended up moving to Toronto because they were still like talking, and now they're engaged. So like it happens. It just feels like a very slim chance, you know? I feel like the logistics of that are just complicated, and I'd rather not. At this point in my life, I'm just not looking for complicated. Just, okay, I gotta do some tidying. I gotta figure out what to do with some of this PR that I got. So I think we should do that. Just get it done. Okay, I wanna start by cleaning the kitchen because obviously, you know. So I'm gonna put all of the stuff I'm gifting in here. I'm gonna ship everything out to her this week, but for the meantime, we gotta get it off the counter. Honestly, the rest of the questions are kind of miscellaneous, so we're just gonna answer things as I see them. But I did want to touch on this. What do you do to manage your ADHD? I've been struggling, but I don't want to go on medication. I feel you, girl. I feel like going on medication is a very personal choice, and I feel like it's pushed a lot, like, oh, just go on medication. But if you're not personally ready to do so, you're not personally ready to do so, and it's really, I think, a very individual journey. I tried medication when I was younger, really didn't like it, and so I've just learned ways to handle myself. I've learned how to push myself where I need to push myself. I've learned how to get my job done, my work done the best that I can. But I'm not gonna lie, like lately I have been thinking about what life could be if I tried medication. You know, I've lived with this for many, many years, and at a certain point, you just kind of wonder, could things be a little bit easier? And not even easier in a way where I'm like, oh, let me like take all my stress away. More so like getting to a regular baseline where my brain isn't split into 7 things at once, and I'm not distracted by the tiniest little fucking thing. That would be kind of cool, but I'm like, I know there's nothing, like, it's not magic. So I have a fear of being disappointed if it doesn't work the way that I would hope it would work. I don't know. If you have tried medication for ADHD, let me know your experience. Obviously everyone's experience is super different, but oh wait, I'm gonna get this. But it's something that I've been contemplating lately, to be honest. I think I can get by fine, and I have been getting by fine, but maybe I could get by a little bit better. But as for how I've managed it myself, it's lists. It's lists, it's timers, and that's about it. That's all I got. We're gonna bring this into the bathroom. Do you have friends from different religions? I do. I don't really think a lot of my friends are very religious. Like most of my friends have the same kind of religious beliefs, which is more spiritual, less religion-based, I guess. But we all grew up with different backgrounds, different religious beliefs. I feel like when we're younger, your religion is what you were born into, and then the older we get, the more that we can like make our own opinions on that kind of stuff. Most of my friends now don't really believe in religion. I feel like this is a very new generational shift. I find it interesting to talk about in real life. I feel like this is not a safe space to talk about that as honestly as I would if we were to have a one-on-one conversation. But let me know your thoughts if you feel bold in the comments. All right, what else we got here? How do you truly feel about the neighbor all these years on? Gratitude? I have lots of thoughts on the neighbor situation. It's been what, 6 years now? 7? I would say overall, I do feel very grateful for that situation now. Then I was living in a state of anxiety like all the time. Did not really appreciate that, and I would have picked, you know, to not have that than to be living in the stress that I was. Like I felt like I couldn't go outside. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't make a sound. I couldn't turn my lights on at night. Like there were so many things that I felt like I was scared of her. I was also 6 years younger. I was 24, and I had never experienced anything like that. People nowadays say like, oh, well, she's only where she is because she exploited her neighbor, her mentally ill neighbor. I get that all the time, and I don't believe that to be the case. Obviously, it changed my life in a monetary way because of the success of that content. But I didn't ask for it. I didn't create it. I didn't keep it going intentionally. Like, that woman literally would watch me change in my bedroom. I would turn around and she'd be watching me, or I'd be in the living room and she'd be sitting there with her dinner watching me. Like, I did not make that up. I had my camera in her face. She knew I was filming her. I spent, what, 6-7 years before then filming my life and sharing everything that I had went through. And so it was just another thing where I was like, this is crazy. I'm gonna share it the way that I always did. And it happened to blow up in a way that I didn't anticipate. And it did in fact change my life. And so the person that I am right now is very thankful for that stressful time in my life. And the last time I saw her, we were very like friendly and cordial and good. And you know, I hope she's doing well. I think the person I am right now at 31 probably would have handled it a little differently, but I wasn't 31 and I wasn't the person I am today. I was a 24-year-old girl who had just bought her house and was told like, you're not allowed to have this. She like cut down so many of these visions that I had of my first home. A nice peaceful sanctuary that I could call my own, that I was supposed to be proud of. I was always in fear. And so, you know, people made me out to be some bad person because I shared that experience, but she wasn't perfect either. And I don't really care for the, oh, well, she was mentally ill. No one knows that. That's just an excuse to give her to make me out to be the bad guy when I was just a girl that was trying to live her life in the home that she purchased, you know, like that's crazy. Thankful that's not the life I'm living anymore. I would never wish that on myself again, but because it happened, I am thankful now. How are you feeling months out from the breakup? You seem super happy. I am super happy, honestly. Like, as tough as that was and as much as I wish things could have been different and I didn't have to go through that, it led me to where I am today, and I would not be here today if that hadn't happened. Like, I can tell you that with 100% certainty. I would not have moved. I would not have, you know, pushed myself to make new friendships and build my life up again. And so for that, I'm very thankful for the fact that I had to go through that. I just feel good. Like, I'm very thankful for everything that has happened to get me here today. Gonna refill my cayenne pepper. Doing pretty well right now. Summer's been awesome. I know you used to garden and stopped, but have you tried any weed drinks? So yeah, I used to garden more than I should have for many, many years. It was always at the end of the day though. Like, I never filmed myself, but I got to a point where I was like so tired of myself. I felt like it made me very lazy and unproductive. And so at the end of 2023, I was like, I am done. No more cheeky little J's. But then at the end of last year, I was like, what if I'm a gummy girl? So I've dabbled back into the gummies, and I love a good gummy. I'm a once a week gummy girl. You've gone to Europe countries a lot, but never have come here to Australia. Just curious why. It is only because of the flight time. It's really, really far. If I would go, I'd want to spend like 2+ weeks there. Make the trip worthwhile. I would love to go to Australia and New Zealand. I would love, and one day it's gonna happen, but you know, going to these European countries is a lot quicker. You know, it's like 6 to 9 hours depending on where you're going versus like 24. So that is the only reason. I'm gonna get changed and then we'll see if we can answer a couple. Actually, I should put my sheets back on the bed. Future me will be very thankful for that. So I'm gonna do that and then change. Okay, here we go. Doing this now means future me will be very happy. Low-key, it smells kind of wet. Back to the dryer. Okay. Apparently I was not meant to do that now. I've changed and I'm wearing my black little dress that I told myself, oh my gosh, that I needed to wear before summer ends in like a cute casual way. So Sarah and I are actually going to Othership tonight, which I haven't been to in months because it feels a little bit like more of a fall winter activity to go to the sauna. But she told me she booked it and she was like, if you want to come. And Sarah's not a big Othership girl, so I'm taking the opportunity. We're just going to a free flow, so we're just gonna hang out, chill in the sauna, which is honestly the most ideal Sunday evening ever. Go and like chill in a sauna and relax. But before I go, I got a question. Where are your everyday necklaces from? So I wear these everywhere. I sleep in them, I shower in them. They're both from Missouri. I will link them down below. I haven't noticed like any rusting or anything like that. This one's like my favorite. It's my most recent one that I got. And normally I do wear this in the sauna, but it sometimes gets a little spicy, and so I may as well just take it off. Sarah just texted saying she's downstairs, so I'm gonna go meet her and then we're gonna walk over there and enjoy a very relaxing Sunday evening. We're home. Got a little cold cup of tea. I did a nice plunge in the cold bath. And now it's time for a shower, for comfy clothes. And I gotta wash my hair. So we're gonna do all of the above, and then we're gonna do the duvet. I'm just gonna get it done first and foremost, and then we're gonna make some dinner. All right, round 2. Maybe not so bad today. Gorgeous. I got more laundry to do. All right, I am hungry. We gotta make some food. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna get started on this, and then once I feel like things are cooking, we will finish up with our questions. I think that was the bulk. We got a little cutting to do. Repeat. Okay, chives, small bowl. Okay, I know. Set 10-minute timer. Now I feel like we're kind of there. We're kind of back where I can focus and chat. What would you tell a girl that turns 24 in a few weeks and feels behind in life? I would say 24 is so young. It's so chill. Just as I'm sure, you know, somebody that's 50 would say, oh my God, 30 is so young. Like, just be chill, relax, like let life be life, and, you know, make mistakes, do all the things. But at 24, like, I feel so strongly in my core, you don't gotta stress about a single thing. Obviously, like, do good things, make decent choices, but also, like, it's okay to fuck up sometimes. It's okay to make the wrong choice. Obviously, not with everything, you know? There are certain things don't do. But if it's not hurting anybody, I don't know. Sorry. I'm still locked in, apparently. How much garlic do I need? It's hard because my brain goes in 2 different ways with that question. It's like, part of me wishes I didn't waste part of my 20s with a shitty guy, you know? Like, my early 20s were spent with someone who kind of sucked. But at the same time, I had to go through that to learn, you know, and experience and how to not be with shitty guys. So it's hard. I just feel like overall, don't stress too much because you have so much time and you are definitely not behind. I know it's easy to feel like that. You know, like, I'm 31, I'm not married. There's a lot of unconventional things there. I'm just not stressing that much anymore. I'm like, what's the point, you know? Life will be life, whether we stress about it or not. So if you're 24 and you feel confused, I promise it's all gonna work out eventually. Are you on the dating apps? Struggle with being the only single friend? Okay, so 2 things. I think the only way to, I mean, not the only way to be happy single, but like a really good way, a surefire way to be happy being single, or at least happier, is to have single friends. Like, it is the best. It makes life fun. It kind of decenters men, but it also centers them because it's like, you know, fun to share your dating stories. It's just more fun to be single with single friends. So if you are the only one left in your group, I highly recommend trying to find other single people because it makes the experience just infinitely better. Oh my God, yeah, it's so good. And then I am not currently on the apps. I did have a fun prompt there for a second, and it was like, tell me something about blank, and it was, tell me your boys' group chat name. That was fun. The rest, not so fun. There's like some really weird people on the apps. Wait, what? I've done something backwards. I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and start whipping things together in my own way. I'm taking it from here. Yeah, couscous. I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Yeah, I've had my fair share of weird interactions on Hinge. I feel like it has only gotten weirder, so I'm not on it now. No, thank you. Have you ever tried to date women? I know you're a great ally, but just wondering. I have not. Unfortunately, I am as straight as it gets, and I really can't fathom being with a woman romantically. I think women are beautiful. Like, I can admire a beautiful woman, but I don't swing that way. So I wouldn't dabble because I know I would just be wasting someone's time. You know what? I have kitchen scissors and I've never used them, and I feel like if I had cut the spinach up a lot smaller, this would actually be really good. So that's what we're doing now. Okay. Yeah. Better. A little olive oil and some lemon juice. There's the chicken. Okay, what was I doing? Lemon juice. Oh, that's a lot of seeds. Gonna let my chicken rest for a few minutes and then we eat. Last few questions. People are saying you can't have fun without drinking alcohol. I've never noticed that before. Who's people? Second of all, I don't agree with that. I think drinking is just I'm gonna put the tahini in here. I think it's a social thing. People get together after work and have drinks. And I like the taste of a spritz. Sue me. I like the taste of a martini. Like, I love the taste of a drink, but I have plenty of fun without alcohol. It's just a social thing, like ordering a bottle of wine and everyone, you know, shares it and talks about, oh, we like this one. Like, it's just a social thing. I could cut out alcohol tomorrow and not think twice. I love a Diet Coke. There are many times where I've gone out and I don't feel like drinking and I just get a Diet Coke. I see this narrative all the time online about how everyone drinks so much. It's just society, like, I don't know. There's a big difference between drinking socially and not having fun without alcohol at all. Like, come on. Some people gotta be real. We got, you say you don't listen to people's opinions, but yet you are easily influenced. No hate, I promise. I don't even know where to begin with that because I feel like that's so broad. I think there are some things that I feel very confident in my own choices in, and I don't listen to other people's opinions. Moving being one of them. Moving multiple times, you know, moving to LA, moving back. There have been countless opinions on those kind of things, but I've trusted myself enough to do them. And then there are some things that I'm like, I don't really know. What do you guys think? And I just like to hear other people's opinions. I don't really know what else to say about that one. I feel like that's normal, you know, like there are some things that we want to do for ourselves that we choose to do, and there's some things we want other people's advice or ideas. I don't know. Is that not normal? We're gonna make a little plate, some couscous and spinach, and chicken. And there's dinner. It's gonna be good. What has been the hardest thing you've had to accept about life? I feel like I can take this so many different ways, but I think with doing what I do, I'm just exposed to a lot more people, so it feels very prevalent in my life. But I've had to accept that not everybody is going to understand you. It doesn't matter how hard you try to get your point across or be the best version of yourself, there are people that are going to misunderstand you. And whether that's intentional or not, that's just a reality of life, and I've had to accept that. There is nothing I can truly do to get people that hate me to suddenly be like, oh my God, you know what? She's not so bad. I feel like the people that intentionally don't want to understand you never, ever will. They will always look for the next thing to critique, to blow out of proportion, because they don't want to understand you. They don't want to be like, oh my God, you know what? She's not that bad of a person. Anyways, that's something that I've had to accept in life. And I think that's just about everything that I've screenshotted from this latest Q&A I did on Instagram. We got our dinner. It is 7:40. It's time for TV. And then early to bed. My bed is fresh. Oh, I love. Start a new week tomorrow. I might just leave you guys here. Call it a wrap on the vlog. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have a little treat tonight. A poppy flavored beveragino. Yeah. With that, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching today's vlog. Hope you enjoyed. I love ya. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Cheers.